Yo! All right, man. What's going on? Y'all gotta give me some feedback in the chat though, because I ain't on YouTube side. All right. I'm not on the YouTube side. Yeah. But let me know if you can hear me. Put something in the chat for me. Click the thumbs up button, man. I'm gonna run through this video real fast. Happy Sunday to you. Um, but let me know if y'all got me first though. I need to know if y'all can hear me. I know it's a little delay on the YouTube side, but let me know. Type something in the chat if you can hear me though. Yay, nay. What's up, Miss Latasha Glow? What's happening? All right, all right. You can hear me? All right, cool. Um, I'll be right back. Let me check on something real fast, and then I'll be right back and we get started. Yo. Oh, Just Blaze back in the building. All right, y'all. So, all right, let me make this quick, man. Salute to everybody that was just in class. Uh, Just was just in class, so he just saw this. But yeah, welcome back to Hip Hop Astrology TV, man. The snowman Jeezy, they say, has filed for divorce. What's going on with this situation right here? Right? So listen up, y'all. All right. I believe that the information I know that I just imparted in class on the Patreon. And if you want to learn this craft, this was week 5. It concludes next week, but it's all recorded in the Patreon for you to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I am not going to share every single thing with this compatibility thing with Jeezy and his wife, but I'm going to show you a pattern. And once you learn how to do this, like seriously, this is really my gift to you. All right, because we need to understand this, man, because once you understand that you can see compatibility based off this science, then you would know, yeah, I should, no, I shouldn't, right? So hit that Patreon below. Don't play yourself, like Khalid would say. All right. All right. So let me blow this up real fast. This is Jeezy's birthday, if the record is correct. Okay. Don't matter where the city is and the time, that's totally irrelevant. The planets were where they are. You can be anywhere on the earth, and Saturn in the sky don't care what city you was born in. So pay attention, don't pay no attention to the city. Okay. Now, Jeezy was born with the planet Venus at the bottom of the chart at 7 degrees Virgo. Note that the planet Saturn in the sky is about 4 degrees Pisces. Pisces to Virgo is what we call opposition. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, in fact, when you understand Saturn's energy, it represents being cold, suppressive. It's time to cut the fat, even karma, even lessons. Okay, now Venus represents marriage partners. Okay, if I'm lying, I'm flying. There go a keyword for Venus right there, marriage. Okay, and so I just put this together, but I promise you, if I go pull up Saturn, it's going to tell you that it's a cold energy. All right. So Saturn opposite Venus will signify a time in our life where it's a possibility where divorce will come. Think about it. Saturn energy rules Capricorn, which is cold, right? It's a cold energy. It rules the winter. Okay. So it's energy you could tell is like, oh, here it comes. It's cold, right? And don't nobody want nothing cold associated with marriage. What kind of cold marriage you want, right? And so Saturn's energy is total opposite that of the Venetian energy, and it could possibly absolutely signify a time where divorce could be likely. And it's a double whammy. So shout out to the class who pointed it out. Because if you look closely at the bottom, at the very, very bottom where it says IC, look to the left of that. You're going to see the glyph for Venus, because Venus is in Leo in the sky. But look at the top of IC and you see the planet Saturn, and you will see Venus is getting close to Saturn. So it's a double Venus Saturn combination, because Saturn at the top, as we pointed out in the sky right now, is in opposition to what Venus was when he was born. But Venus in the sky right now is very close to what Saturn was when he was born. And again, it's a reinforcement of these two opposing, conflicting energies. Okay. Now, when you look at Jeannie's chart, right? If you look at the one on the right, the base of the arrow at the right, Saturn in Pisces, is in opposition to her Saturn in Virgo. Okay, Saturn in Virgo, Saturn in Pisces in the sky. It's called Saturn opposite Saturn. Google it and see what it tell you. Saturn opposite Saturn is a hard, trying time. Your foundation, things is, things. It just signifies hardships, right? And so now it's time to check yourself, really. You know what I mean? It could be a major transition in your life. Okay. Um, at the top of the chart, you see the planet Uranus in green, but I'm pointing to where Venus was when she was born. So she's going through Uranus opposite Venus directly. Uranus is in Taurus at the top. She was born with Venus in Scorpio. Okay. And note at the bottom of the chart, you will see that her Venus is very close to the planet Uranus. And so now Uranus and Venus together, but Uranus in the sky is opposite. So she's going through what's known as the midlife crisis. Uranus opposite Uranus. It happens on average around when you're about 40 to 44 years old. Half your life is about over, and it's just some serious change, right? But what kind of change? Well, we saw a key word for Venus represents what? Marriage partner, right? Well, if you look at the planet Uranus, I can't make this shit up. I'm just explaining it to you. What did that say? It says divorce. So the planet Uranus, the planet of divorce at the top in Taurus, when it's in opposition to the planet that represents marriage, what you think is gonna happen? See, they only been together for what, 2.5 years. You think if they was on science, they're like, you could have known that this was like, hey, listen, maybe y'all want to reconsider maybe at year 3, because it's going to be a little bit of turbulence that's coming, right? So just think about it, put it off in the future and see how things go. You don't do it right now, if at all. Now, speaking of if at all, because when you look at both of their energies, right? Now, I'm just going to show you something. Now, I know this may look, Chinese to you, right? But the planets in blue is where her planets were at and when she was born. And for Jeezy, he's in red. Well, let's deal with the red arrow first. She was born with Saturn and Sun in Capricorn. But notice there's a red arrow pointing to a red planet, which is Mars. That's called Mars opposite Mars. That don't feel good. That's repulsion. It's masculine energy. Mars, Sun, that's masculine energy. That's in conflict. Masculine energy simply means who's going to lead. the direction. Usually the man and woman don't have a they're not on the same level far as how they're going to go about their lives, the direction, the relationship should go. Also very conflicting. This is really domestic violence for real. But it's a nasty argument. It's really nasty. I don't like it. Now, if you look at the yellow arrow, Jeezy's a Libra, red sun, yellow arrow. She's a Capricorn, blue sun, yellow arrow. Libra to Capricorn is a square. The energies don't get along. One's an air sign, Libra. One's an earth sign, Cap. What they got in common, right? One comes at the beginning of the winter and one comes at the beginning of the fall. Their elements and their seasons don't even match up. They come at the beginning of a season, but they ain't in the same complementary seasons. So that's a problem. And then the green arrow at the top, Venus and Virgo in red for Jeezy, but she was born with Venus in late Scorpio, right? And I shouldn't have did that. That actually should have been Saturn. I'm sorry, and not Venus, right? But it's Saturn's right next to it, right up there in red where it say DC, right? So he was born with Saturn squares her Venus. Again, that doesn't feel good at all. All right. So when you see their energies, all these red lines and blue lines, these are planetary communications talking to one another. There's so much stuff inside of this that it's not good. It's not, right? So I'm going to skip showing you how we quantify it. This is why you better get your butt right on in here and learn. All right. And listen, it's only $15 a month for what we do. Get the Jews, get out, keep it moving. But it's so much that we doing for 15. It's way worth it. Way worth it. Right. And that's just my contribution. Honestly, I'll take that. And we using that for 100% spiritual purposes and getting ready to build our spiritual retreat. All right. To keep it up. Fuck with you. So this has nothing to do with me personally. It's about pouring back into the community, far as helping out. So this is what their energy looks like if you can quantify it. So all those red and blue things that you saw, those are positive and negatives. And this is what we learned today, that this relationship has what we will call a -8. It's a lot of negative energy that exists in this relationship. Again, you know, look, I mean, just pay attention. Look at the blue moon. Y'all see where's the blue moon right there? The blue moon is in opposition to the red sun. There's a red line going over there. So her moon is even in opposition to his sun. It's just so much. And it's just like, yo, this is crazy. This is really crazy. Right? It's not good. You can even see, his red Venus is close to her blue Saturn. Saturn and Venus combination again, it don't go, right? So again, when we quantify this information, relationships go into a positive or a negative aspect. And this is important to understand, y'all. It really is, without me showing y'all like what I showed in class, this is just really important to understand. All right. So now you don't have to get into relationships. And especially for women, this is like, because it's for men too, right? But I say especially for women, like I did in the other videos, because y'all got a tendency of, in my opinion, the damage and disappointment of the relationships affect y'all more in a sense. Maybe affect us evenly, but it's a different type of even. So I'm just gonna stand on it. I believe that the negative outcome of relationships affect women more than they affect men. Men by nature is more of an outbound seeker. His sperm seeks, okay? So by nature, a man gets up and he goes, right? That's his nature. A woman receives, right? And so these relationships have a tendency of affecting y'all. And we already know that y'all a little bit more what we would call emotional, but really that's in the sense because y'all bodies y'all produce more oxytocin. Even when y'all breastfeeding, y'all producing the love bonding chemical, right? Where we if we ain't getting no affection from you in a sense, and I ain't talking dopamine in a quick rush, right? Like we really ain't getting a long, prolonged period of, the cuddling, and most men don't like to in a sense, we're not even getting that hormone, right? So um it's important for y'all to get this. You know what I mean? Because now going forward, you don't have to be in a situation with somebody without you being able to predict the likely outcome of what's going to happen. Know if the relationship has positive energy, negative energy. And like I said in class, we got to understand that we are light beings. We got a heartbeat. We got brain waves. And if we took a battery out, you're gonna see a positive pole and a negative pole, man. And light exists within a positive pole and negative pole, which then means that positivity and negativity, which are physical actions, right? That will manifest. And since light, electricity creates magnetism, which means it draws energy in like a magnet, then that means negativity has a gravitational pull upon us. Okay. Now, if you go look at the four fundamental forces of nature: strong force, weak force, gravity, and electromagnetism. It's only four forces of nature. Okay. And so within electromagnetism and gravity is what objects coming to you, right? Um, Electromagnetism, that's what we are, right? A negative energy, just based off the realm of duality that we live in, has a magnetic pull. So all these red lines, we can call them squares that you saw, right? All these squares, y'all pulling on each other. But the only thing you know is, oh, she look good, he handsome. That's all you know. You can feel something, but you think it's just based off the physical attraction. And we are totally oblivious to the fact that negative energy, called these squares and oppositions, has a pull on us. And it's going to come out. It's just called time. Just spend some time. It's going to come out. Let the cycles go. It's going to come out. But this is a way where you can foresee it. Okay. All right. So this is a -8 relationship, man. Salute to the snowman. Salute to Jeannie Mai. I read something where the documents and Jeezy said some word I never even read before. And I was like, what the hell is that word? Like it wasn't inconceivable, but I'm a paraphrase. This shit is inconceivably no chances of reconciliation. It's hard, man. Like what? Like no chance? 2 years? That's it? But you see all these negative energies that's there? It's like, bro, it's there, man. It's there. All right. So again, to my fellas, to my ladies, the Patreon. All right. So to the next video, man. I see you. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, man. Hope it made sense. If not, man, feel free, hit me up, man. I love to have conversations about this stuff and whatnot. But yeah, see you on the other side. All right. Peace out.